Welcome to the Immerse podcast. We are your hosts, Dan Ramsden and Alex O'Keefe.
Join us and our guests as we dive into real stories of entrepreneurship, health, fitness and self-mastery. No fluff, no filters, just honest conversations that inspire, educate and challenge the norm. Let's get into it. Welcome to another podcast, guys. It's the Immerse podcast, joined by a very special guest. It's Louis Lee Scott. Welcome, brother.
Nice one.
To the podcast.
Good to meet you, boys.
Good to meet you, mate. It's always nice to get a local hero coming in.
Superstar.
Soon
local
to be.
Superstar.
Local superstar. Leeds' first ever UFC signed athlete.
That's it, yeah.
Is that right?
Correct.
How does that feel?
Pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. You know what I mean? Because I still haven't done anything yet, in my opinion. Obviously, I've done something. I've made a record, sort of. You know, I'm the first signed fighter. I've not had a fight yet though.
Yeah.
I'd have been buzzing if I could fight next month in London, but sort of done my knee in the last fight, so tore my ACL, tore my meniscus in two places. So I've had the surgery back end of last year and I'm just recovering from that now. But other than that, I'm buzzing.
Wild, mate. So,
watched that fight as well. You dealt with that very well, considering what had happened, because you got that leg lock on. I thought that looks a bit tasty, and that's the moment that you got injured. Yeah,
so I think that done most of the damage. I were all right after the fight. Like, my knee felt like I'd been in some tight leg locks, but I didn't think I'd done any major damage to it. But you sort of tell yourself you're alright. You're like, I'll just crack on with it because that's what fighters do. Do you know what I mean? So sort of cracked on. I did like a little bit of training while I were out in America, but I was mostly just eating burgers, as you would, because I stayed for like another 2 weeks after the fight. And my two mates that had come out with me were training, getting some work in over there at the gyms, because there's some good gyms in Vegas. And then we come back to England. I were hitting pads. I've sort of put all my weight on my lead leg and threw a left hook on the pads, and my knee just exploded. So it wasn't just from throwing a punch, do you know what I mean? There were obviously some damage done before. And I felt my bones come apart. It was disgusting. The worst thing I've ever felt. Oh shit! Like, it felt like my thigh bone and my shin bone just went like this, and I jumped on floor screaming like a little girl. So I'm glad I did do some damage, because I don't think I'd have ever been able to walk in gym again. You know what I mean? If my knee won't paggered, I was going to be really embarrassed. Yeah.
That's not what you want. That is not what you want. Yeah, it's a long recovery as well, isn't it? Something like that. Was it MCL, ACL?
So ACL, fully torn, medial meniscus root tear, I think. So that's like, I think I remember if medial or laterals inside or outside, but I had a root tear on one side and then a tear like through the middle on the other side. So both sides of the meniscus were torn. So
that's why your bones moved then, because there's nothing else supporting
nothing
it.
There.
Wow.
So I got, luckily, because I'm with the UFC now, we're covered for surgery. So they got me in with like the best surgeon, the same guy that did Tom Aspinall's knee.
Right.
So I've gone down to London with this surgeon. He took a graft from my patella tendon, so from like the front of my knee, took a chunk out of my patella tendon, remade me an ACL with it, and then sewed up the rips in my meniscus basically, and then did this other surgery called, I can't think how you say it properly. It's called an LET surgery. It's like a lateral extra articular tendonesis. I hope I've got that right.
You've done all right.
It sounds all right.
Sounds
right. I don't know if it is.
Sold it to us.
But they take the bottom of your IT band, like chop that off and wrap it round your knee, and it makes your knee deal with rotation better, so you're less likely to re-tear your ACL.
Right.
So I've had like 4 surgeries in one go.
Whoa. Clever what they can do now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they've only been doing that like 5 years. It's like quite a new thing, but it's supposed to mean there's less chance of re-tearing it.
Right. And how are you getting on now with your rehab and stuff? Are you ahead of the curve?
Yeah, I'd say I'm ahead of the curve. Yeah, I've got like a really good physio. I'm working with a guy called Ben Harper, who's a physio for the GB Taekwondo squad. he's like the head physio there. He really knows his stuff. Like when it comes to, obviously, taekwondo's all kicking. So as someone that is a kicker, he knows the best ways to get me back to doing what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm like pretty ahead of the curve. I'm back hitting pads now. I'm allowed to only throw straight punches, which is a bit annoying. You know, I'd like to do more, but I'm buzzing I can just do that for now. Because a lot of people aren't even at that point.
No.
So I'm back, you know, lifting weights. In my rehab, I'm doing a lot of like deadlifting, single leg work. Obviously upper body strength work I can do, and I can go on the bike, so I can start doing some more cardio and stuff. So for where I'm at, I've got nothing to complain about. It's, you know, just getting back to it. It's part of the job.
That's good.
Yeah, it's
Just
all
want to
part of
say as well, I don't want to blow too much sunshine out your arse here, but you remind me of early McGregor.
Yeah,
with
I'll take that, mate.
Your
I'll take it,
style.
yeah.
You know, your aggressive style and you switch stance and you're tricky on your feet, but you've got the karate style as well. It's really nice to watch. It is. So if anybody who's not watched him yet, you need to watch him, because I honestly believe you're going to do some stuff, mate. I do.
Me too, mate. Me too.
Yeah. So no, it's you've got to be entertaining. We spoke about it earlier, didn't we? You know, in order to get a position in the UFC, but hold a good reputation.
Yeah,
you've
that's
got
it,
to
like,
entertain.
You got to have an entertaining style now. That's what the UFC is about. It's a business. Obviously, it's still a sport where, you know, you've got to be winning and you've got to have an effective style. But as important as that is being an entertaining fighter, if you want to get up the rankings fast, you want the UFC to look after you with fights, you've got to be entertaining. You've got to be finishing fights, and the fans have got to enjoy you. Like, not even just as a fighter, they've got to like you as a person as well. You've got to have something about you. So, like, you've got to put all that together, and that's what I've been trying to do since I was young. You know what I mean? Bring this, being an entertaining guy as well as have an effective fighting style.
Yeah.
How are you approaching that, Louis? So you can see people sometimes when they get into the limelight and they try to like force a bit of a personality. What do you reckon? Just be yourself.
Be yourself. Just be yourself, like times 10.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Be yourself. Just be whoever you are when you're hanging about with your mates and you feel most comfortable. I've just got to be that. You know what I mean?
Love that.
Turn the dial up a bit.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, love that, mate. Because people resonate with that, don't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you've got your extreme cases of, you know, someone like Conor that is took it to a bit of a different level,
but he's that
a lot
guy.
of it's real, isn't it?
Yeah, he's that guy. That's why it works, because then you see guys trying to be Conor McGregor, and it's just cringe. Because you're not Conor McGregor. You yourself. Just be yourself.
How do you feel with that side of it, of, you know, like the media side and the shit talking and all that sort of stuff? Are you leaning into that?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I've not had to talk much shit yet. Because no one's come.
Have you got it in the locker?
Oh, I've definitely got it in the locker, mate. I'm pretty horrible in the gym. Like, not in a nasty way, but I'll give people shit constantly. Me, like, you know, if people are turning up to training and they're being late, or I don't know, they're being fancying themselves a bit, you know, they think they're good looking online and they're taking selfies and that. Like, I'm slagging them to death. And all lads will tell you that in gym. They'll say I'm horrible, but it's all for the greater good, just so they're training harder and they're staying in the gym. But if they're being soft, I'll tell someone if they're being soft. I won't baby around things.
Yeah.
But as well, that's for me, because I know if I'm giving everyone shit constantly, I can't step out of line, because I'm going to get it back 10 times worse off everyone.
That's it.
Yeah, so I've definitely got it in the locker. But yeah, just not really had that much beef with anyone yet where I've had to start slagging him off.
Oh,
but
I'm
sure
sure you'll get there. I'm sure you'll get there very soon. Something a little bit off tangent. We have something in synergy, all three of us.
Yeah.
So you had a bit of a backseat from combat. You've been doing combat since age 5.
Yeah.
Took a bit of a backseat in lockdown. Started DJing.
Yeah.
And producing.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
I sort of started a little bit before lockdown, because I sort of started getting into like raves and stuff when I left school. Like, I'd gone to Leeds Fest, and then it went from there, and I started getting into my DJs and my dance music and everything. And just growing up on the stories of my mum and dad going to raves in like the early 90s.
Yeah.
Like the illegal warehouse raves. I'm like, oh, what's this? I want to get involved in this. Like, probably the same as most people.
Yeah.
So then when I started, I probably got my first decks when I was like 17, 18. After I'd been to like a few raves, I thought I want to have a go at that. I want to be that guy there, sitting in front.
Yeah.
So I started learning to DJ, and then as it went on, I started, doing little sets in bars and stuff, like locally around Morley. And then I thought I want to learn to produce, which is a lot harder than just learning to mix, as you know yourself. It's a minefield.
Yeah.
I'd got mates with a few guys that produced that were decent, that were showing me bits. Made a few tunes, and then I'd sort of got to a point, like in lockdown, I had a fight in Doncaster. It was like one of them no crowd fights.
Oh, in
like,
lockdown.
in lockdown, yeah.
But that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it were hard to train and stuff. And I got to a point where I was like, because I've done fighting from such a young age, like I don't remember not fighting. Do you know what I mean? Like I had my first kickboxing fight when I was 5 years old.
Wow.
So for me, this is all I've ever done. I got to a point where I was like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, is this my calling? Or I'm just that used to doing it? So I thought, well, what? I'll take a back step and I'll do this for a bit and see what I think. So I was just like pretty much DJing full time. I had like a residency in Wakefield.
Did you?
Yeah. So
Sick.
I had like a residency in Wakefield where I was DJing every weekend, like sometimes 3 nights a week. And I was still doing a bit of coaching. So I was still doing like one-to-ones, like holding pads for people and stuff, just for money. But I wasn't really training or competing at all for like about a year. So I was just going at it thinking, yeah, I'm going to be a DJ, like, which sounds stupid now me saying it. Do you know what I mean? Thinking, well, what are you thinking? Like, you're so good at this thing, why would you not just do that? But I needed to know. Do you know what I mean? It was like a personal thing of like, is this really what I want to do? Is this my calling? So I've gone away, done that. And then it got to a point where I was like, nah, this don't fill me inside the same fighting does.
Yeah.
Do you know, if there's something about fighting, it just like takes over your mind. And there's nothing else you can think about while you're doing it. And I didn't get that same thing from music. But, I enjoyed it. I did all right. I got a few like bassline tunes on labels. Like I put a tune out with Crewcast, which is like a bit of bassline label. And then it's cringing talking about this now. I'm cringing.
It's part of your journey, bro.
And then I got to the point, like I said, where I was like, I don't think this is for me. And then I got a call from Carl Prince, who's my coach now. I used to go over and train with him like twice a week. He had a fight team he was running at a Thai boxing gym called All Powers. He run the MMA team there. And they were like, we used to go over twice a week, and people would come from all over to train with Carl because he's like one of the few like real striking experts in MMA. So there'd be like obviously Lerone Murphy, who I'm still training with now, who's top featherweight in the UFC. Mohamed Makayev, top flyweight. Lewis McGrillen, who's one of my main sparring partners now. Dean Garnett, good fighter from Liverpool. Everyone would come together like from Leeds, Liverpool, Manchester area, and train in Carl's sessions. So obviously I'd stopped going, and at some point Carl's rung my dad and gone, "What's Louis doing?" And my dad's like, "Oh, he thinks he's going to be a DJ now." And he's like, "Yeah, he's just doing that and partying or whatever." And he's like, "Send him over to me." So he, at this point, Carl had then opened Manchester Top Team, is where I'm still at now. So I started going over like once or twice a week training again. And I just fell back in love with it, and I'm like, yeah, this is where I need to be, because Carl had the same obsession I had with fighting, where he wanted to go so deep into the details, and it's all he thought about. Do you know what I mean? It's all he thought about. He'd go home, he'd watch his fighting, and I needed a coach who were as obsessed as I was and wanted to get to the levels I wanted to get to, because I didn't want to just do fighting. You know what I mean? I don't want to just do anything. Whatever I'm doing, I want to be the best at it.
Yeah.
That's where like I realised, all right, I'm probably not going to be the best DJ in the world, or I'm probably not for me, because I'm not going to be the best. I've got mates that are really good at it, and I want them to do well, and they're better than me, so I'll let them do it. I'll go back to doing what I'm doing.
I think you've got to go on that journey though, don't you? It doesn't matter the talent, and the amount of time and the expertise that you've got over the years. It don't count for nothing if you're not engaged by it, and you kind of had to go down that path to find out how much you loved it.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely, I needed it,
because it's not. You wouldn't have got where you are now if it probably wasn't for that.
No.
I know you're saying you're cringing about it, but it's been a nice stepping stone to you realising this is me, this is where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
Do you know? Otherwise, you might have dwindled a little bit in motivation or not collaborated with the right
where
people.
We're at. I was thinking, like, is this what I want to do? That's where we're at. Like, I don't know if this is who I am, and I had that time away, and it made me realise, this is all I want to do forever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think COVID were a funky time as well.
Yeah.
It messed with a lot of people's heads, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Fair play for leaning into that though, mate, because they're obviously something pulling you, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And that might be something you revisit, mate, when you later
probably,
down the line.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
At some point, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, did your time in the music industry then? Because I were like full time for 4 or 5 years, mate, and the thing that I struggled with was the lifestyle of it.
Yeah, that's it. It's hard. Like, you're around like people doing bad things constantly. Like, people are constantly drinking and taking drugs around you. And even if you're saying, right, I'm not drinking, I'm not taking drugs, I'm staying sober, just being around people that are doing that's not good for you. It brings your vibration down.
True, mate. Very true.
And you can't truly enjoy it unless you're having a drink, I don't think, really. Or when you're around people that are all drinking, you're just constantly thinking, I'll have a beer or whatever, you know what I mean? I'll have 1 or 2. Yeah. And then you end up having 5.
Yeah.
And then that's the way it goes. So I just don't think it's a positive environment to be in.
No. I mean,
for a long period of time, unless you're someone that can really stick to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But you're constantly around temptation.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's great for that.
It's a polar opposite, mate, of the lifestyle of an athlete. And
you need your sleep as well.
Yeah.
Even if
like
you're not doing any of that, you're still up late.
Yeah, I was still doing it when I first started going back to Manchester. So I'll be like at Manchester through the week, like staying. Because when I first moved to Manchester, I was living in a container in the back of the gym.
Wow.
Like, we had a shipping contaner, like 6 guys living in there. And like, 2 of us are in the UFC now. So me and Atiba Gautier, he fought on the paddy card a few weeks ago in Vegas. He's a monster, mate, absolute monster.
Yeah.
But he'd come over from Cameroon, so like me, another Cameroonian guy, and then a few other local lads, and then like there'd just be random guys from Europe that were coming over to train, staying in this. We just called it the shed. Yeah, we were just like living in the shed.
That sounds rough.
Raw. That's proper raw.
Yeah, raw, mate. Raw.
I bet it smelt raw as well.
Oh, it stunk. It absolutely stunk. I mean, there were eight bunk beds.
Oh wow!
8 bunk beds in one room. So it was like a site office, like a building site office. It was like that. So they had one room. It was all the beds, and then the other room was the kitchen. We call it a kitchen. There were no running water, so we just had like a George Foreman, a microwave, and that were it really. So if we had to wanted to wash everything, we had to
go to the stream.
Yeah, we had to like walk through the back door at gym and go into showers and wash pots in showers.
Wow.
Rough.
Wow.
But it were a good time, definitely. Character building. To say the least, it was character building. But yeah, so I'd stay at the shed through the week and then come back over on a weekend and DJ. And I did it for a while, and I was like, I'd DJ Friday night and Saturday night, and I would stay. So I was doing like till 4 or 6 in the morning. I was doing like a long shift, 2 nights, and then driving back over to Manchester, and then staying in the shed for a week. And like, I did it for a while, and I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I'm wrote off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like training hard all week and then not sleeping on a weekend.
Yeah.
DJing, it was like just was not sustainable. So like, right, I'm done with this now. I'm back fighting full time, and need to start coaching again and making my money from that.
Yeah.
But like it were good way to survive as well. Like you get all right money. You know what I mean? Doing like them sort of long shifts in like a local nightclub sort of thing. You do all right with money. So it did keep me afloat for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's that as well. You've got to survive in that moment as well, haven't you? You've got to eat well and everything else that comes with it. So yeah, it's a mad old time that.
Yeah.
But all part of the character building. I guess.
That's it.
You've got to have that, haven't you? You've got to have that deeper rooted reason.
Yeah.
To go to where you need to go, because you've got to go to some dark places, haven't you?
That's it.
Speaking of which, what's so far for you been the hardest, darkest place? I'd say both in the ring and out of it.
In the ring, I don't know, because I thrive in dark places, like in fights. Like when it gets tough, I'm like, yeah, let's
You
have
look
it.
like that.
yeah. I buzz off it, so I don't know.
Sorry to interrupt this amazing conversation. We've just got a quick message for you. At the heart of this podcast, Dan, is human connection.
It sure is.
And now, it's amazing for us to say that we also build fully bespoke saunas from design, build and install that also promote the exact same thing, mate, human connection. There's a theme here.
There is. And all built to last, like we just keep saying. We wanted to provide products that last a lifetime, not just for a matter of months.
Yeah.
That's exactly our ethos and our message. So we wanted the products to match that, and they are the highest quality, the highest form of timber, the best quality heaters, and tempered glass to suit.
Wow. We've not spared expense there, mate. If you're thinking of upgrading your space, whether it's your home, business, studio, wherever you can fit a sauna, basically, we can build it for you. So visit us website on immersesaunas.co.uk and we'll take it from there. We look forward to building your dream sauna shortly.
Oh yeah.
If it ain't a dark place for me, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, we're in the trenches now, let's go. Like
that.
Probably like the darkest place I get is inside my own head in fight camp, because you want everything to be perfect because you've got to fight. Like the fight's the easy bit, getting through the camp's the hard bit, because you have one bad sparring session and you're like, oh that wasn't perfect. Or a lot of the time I'll think I've done well in sparring, but someone landed 2 shots on me in a round and I'm doing my head in about it, which is stupid really, but you've got to be hard on yourself to get to your best. But yeah, I'd say probably in the camp is the hardest bit. Like the bit where I've been in a fight, I'd say 1 or 2 fights ago, when I fought my last fight in Paris. I thought you've probably seen it. Like I fought the tall black guy. That can't remember what his name was now. But yeah, he was like a Thai boxing world champion, and he had like a 78-inch reach or something. Or it might have been more, you know.
Were you in the same weight category then?
Yeah.
You'd have to be,
Yeah, so I've got like a 70-inch reach. He had like an 8-inch reach advantage.
Jesus.
He was huge, like 6 foot or 6'1", just long. And you think, nah, they've got that wrong. His arms aren't that long. And then I come out first round, and I threw a teep, like a push kick, and he threw a jab, and his jab landed and my kick didn't, and I'm like,
Wow.
right, I've got to get close to him now. Do you know what I mean? So for about 3 minutes, he punched my head in. And I was like, I'm not losing in France, mate. No way. I'm not losing to a French guy. No chance. I'm not losing to a French guy.
Fuck the French.
Do you know what I mean? Like my family died at Dunkirk. I've got ancestors that died at Dunkirk. I can't come and lose in France. I've got to win in France.
Is that going through your head in the moment?
Yeah. So like,
You see, that's power though, isn't it?
yeah. Like this, I sort of got into this thing. My first fight I had in Paris, when I fought for the title on Ares, with like the first sort of big promotion I fought in. It's like a mid-level promotion in Europe. Like, and I fought my first fight was for the title because I took it on short notice, against the guy called Damat Pena, who's like a bit of a legend in like African and European MMA. Because I used to watch his fight. He was a champion of a promotion called EFC. It's like an African promotion. It used to be on. Remember Extreme Sports back in the day, that channel on Sky.
Yeah.
It used to be on that. So like I watched that when I was younger, and he was a champion on that then.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm fighting the guy.
Wow.
Whoa.
Like in like my 7th pro fight. So like and he's like well respected. He was like 14-1 as a pro. He only lost 1 fight, and the guy he'd lost to had gone on to do pretty well in the UFC. So it were a big fight, but like stylistically, it were a good matchup for me. I knew we were going to beat him. But at the time, I'd sort of been trying to look into my family history a bit, and you know, like asking all the family members about stuff. And they were asking about, because I knew I'd had some boxers and like bare knuckle fighters in my family, like going back generations. And
really?
my grandma's granddad, so like my 3 times great granddad, called Tommy Duckworth, and he had a brother called Ted Duckworth. Tommy, my granddad, was like a bare knuckle fight. Like he used to fight people for money in the street, like proper old school, just having straighteners for dough.
Nice.
And his brother were a pro boxer. He were like, well, he were a pro boxer. He had like 20 pro fights, and then they both fought in the Second World War. And Ted, his brother, died at Dunkirk.
Right.
I don't know the exact story, but from what I get, he got injured. He got like badly wounded and he got taken back on a ship, like a medical ship, and that ship went down on the way back. Right. So he thought he was going back to see his brother, and when he got home, his brother wasn't there. You know what I mean? He died.
Shit.
So it's like, for me, that's all I was thinking about. I'm like, right, I'm off to France. I must defend his death, which sounds a bit mad, but that's all I was thinking. I'm like, nah, my family died in France fighting for this country. I need to go win this fight. So that's all that was going through my head in that fight camp.
Do you think you need to anchor something bigger than yourself when you fight?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Like, fighting for me is a lot about my family. More than myself. Like, I'm not bothered about me. You know what I mean? I'm fighting for my ancestors. I'm fighting for my dad. Fighting for my mum. Fighting for my sister. I'm fighting for all my family because fighting's been in my family for a long time. Like, from there, and then, like, my grandma's brothers all boxed. Right. So, like, they all boxed at amateur, and then my uncle Phil, who's my grandma's brother, he boxed professionally. He like boxed professionally to a decent level, like around Yorkshire, and then a lot of my cousins have boxed at amateur, or at least had like some sort of like white collar unlicensed fight. Yeah. So it's just in my blood. Do you know what I mean? That's what we do. We all fight.
Yeah.
So that's, do you know what I mean? It's in me, so I've got to do it.
Yeah. Love that, man.
Yeah, that is power.
That's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I hear you're quite an advocate for mental health and speaking about that. I had a little bit of a heads up there, and obviously linking to what we've just spoken about, you know, like hard times in the ring. Has there been any hard times out of the ring that's made you be more aligned with speaking about things like that?
Well, just not like probably like through lockdown. To be honest, mate, were hard. Like I was lost. I was lost because I didn't think I was supposed to be a fighter, and then I'm trying to be a musician, and I was just confused. But it's a confusing time for a lad like from, say,
how old were you at the time? 19, 20?
Yeah, like 19, 20, because I'm 25 now.
Yeah, so it's
like between 18 and say 23 we all know it's a weird time, especially now to be a young lad, because there's all this bollocks about toxic masculinity. And you can't be a man, you can't speak about what you want, don't say that. Yeah. So if you can't say what you think and how you feel, and you're not allowed to be a bloke, then it's going to do your head in. I think that's a problem for a lot of young lads now, because they're just told they're bad. You're bad, you're toxic, you're this, you're that. And like, just let lads be lads, and they'll work it out.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going like polar opposite. I think women are becoming more masculine, and men are becoming more feminine, and sort of like going in this crazy little funk. But is that mainly like a message, you know, to the young lads? Is it?
Like I coach the amateur team quite a lot at top team now, and they're all like 16 to like 21-year-olds. Right. And I think having a team is so important, like that as a young lad, like
Agreed.
Where you're just giving each other shit.
Agree.
Like it just lets you know you're not made of glass as well. Like they all egg each other on to train hard, but they're all winding each other up as well. And I think it's so important. Like for me, it were important growing up. Like I were like the youngest one when I were at AVT for most of the time, because kids weren't really doing MMA then. So when I first went to AVT when I was like 14, it were all blokes, and Danny didn't do any like kids classes or anything. Danny Mitchell, who was a coach at AVT, who he used to train with. So I like one of the first young ones he'd let in. So obviously I got absolutely bullied off the older guys, like in a good way. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? This like character building, like we're talking about, like they used to, because I was good at striking as well, but I couldn't grapple yet because I hadn't done any. So I'd come in cocky and like try leather these blokes on feet, and then he'd just take me down and just hold me down and just wind me up and like call me a weasel and that. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's so important for you. Like you need that. You need breaking down.
Yeah.
Because I think.
And have that level of respect in sort of a pecking order. As
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
not thinking that. I think there's a lot of young people now where they've got this level of entitlement.
Yeah. Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
do you know
100%.
what I mean? And like they've got all the cards and all the power, and
Yeah.
it's like, hang on a second.
Yeah,
Sometimes you need a bit of
yeah,
an
yeah,
arse
yeah,
whooping,
yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
Like physically and verbally sometimes. It's not
Yeah.
a bad thing. But it's combining the old school into the new, more compassionate kind of ways, and sort of learning from both, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Which is a difficult dance, isn't it? But
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's hard to find the balance. Like I'd for my age, I'd consider myself a bit of an old school guy. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm all about the hard work and getting. You should get verbally abused off your elders. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it sounds like a mad thing to say out loud, but I just think it's, especially in fighting gyms, you need to be tough and you need to be ready for one day. Like young'uns, I think one day you're gonna fight a cocky Scouse kid, yeah, it's gonna come in giving it big and you need to be ready for that. You gotta not think, oh, this kid's confident, yeah, or you know what I mean. Like the Traveller lads are always very confident when they're young, and if you're scared of someone that's confident, that's trying to stick it on you, your head's gone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you got to be ready for that.
Yeah.
Like, even like, my mum and dad have always like took piss out of me. Do you know what I mean? To break down my ego. When you get cocky when you're a young lad growing up and you come home and you think you're a gangster and that, my mum would just take the piss out of me straight away. And I'm like, all right, yeah. Yeah, go clean your room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you've just got to be knocked down a peg all the time, which
Yeah, yeah.
I think's a thing that seems to have gone away a bit.
Yeah, I agree.
It's grounding.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, grounding, exactly.
You need grounding, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
100%. And I think when talking about it's maybe it's more of a northern thing as well, but taking piss out of your mates. You only take piss out of someone who you love, really.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
You got to be worried
Yeah.
if no one's saying out
Yeah.
to you, because then it's like,
Yeah.
you'd rather have someone taking piss
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
It comes from a place of love, doesn't it?
Yeah,
man.
for sure. I heard Tom Aspinall say something about physical attributes and mental attributes in fighting
Yeah.
at elite level, and it kind of like it's something that I wanted to speak to you about and ask your views on it. He said that it's about 90% physical and 10% mental when you're at the lower levels, but then when you get to elite level UFC
Yeah.
and such, and he said that it switches. It's like 90% mental and 10% physical, because everyone's on a physical level playing field pretty much. What are your views on that one?
Yeah, definitely. Like my coach says it a lot. To be honest, I don't know. Like I don't know if it's his quote is somewhere, but like fighting's 90% mental and the other 10%'s in your head. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a mental thing, because if you like, same as anything in life, if you think you can do it, you can do it. If you don't think you can do it, then you can't do it. And if you're unable to control because it's a mad thing to fight in front of people. You know what I mean? Because your ego's challenged already. You're walking out to fight and you're like, wow, there's a lot of people here. And to keep calm and keep your ego control and be relaxed, and when there's all that noise and all that energy in a room, it's an hard thing to do. But if you can master that, then you're gonna win.
Yeah.
How do you do that then? What's your technique? Let's paint a picture. 20,000 in crowd.
Yeah.
Big fight.
You're in changing room. You're warming up,
Yeah.
or you're walking into the stadium, wherever it is.
Yeah.
Take us through that journey.
So probably as I'm getting to the venue, like that's the only time I really feel nervous. I don't really get nervous about fighting that much, because it's the thing that's most normal to me, because I've done it for so long.
Yeah.
But I get to the venue, I think, oh yeah, it's real now. I'm here,
Yeah.
and then you've got to sit for a bit. You wait, and then you start getting warm, and then once I start getting warm up, I'm cool then, because I'm letting my energy out. You've got that nervous energy. You're a bit shaky before, and then once I start getting warm, I'm like, yeah, I'm cool now.
Yeah.
And like, it gets to say I've warmed up, I'm ready to go walk out. I'm in my zone now. Like I do use meditation quite a lot and visualization, which you've heard all fighters talk about. And I think it's very important to do. You need to be able to clear your mind for when it's time to go. So if I couldn't just sit now and not clear the thoughts from my head, how am I going to do that when there's loads going on? So I think like meditation and prayer, or however you want to look at it, is very important for that. In the same way, visualizing things. If you've already seen it happen in your head, then it's much easier. It's going to believe it's going to happen in front of you when it's there. But if you can't even picture it happening, how are you going to do it in real life?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just simple concepts, really. Yeah. But once I'm walking, I don't really feel any nerves once I'm in there, because I'm comfortable in the cage, because I've been doing it, like I say, for so long.
Yeah.
I know this is where I need to be. I just got to go in there and do the job now. Yeah. This is the easy bit. I've done an hard fight camp. I've trained for 8, 12 weeks, whatever I've done.
Yeah.
I've made the weight. It's easy now. I just got to go in there and fight.
Yeah.
So they've called your name out. You start the ring walk. Calm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I will. Buzzing.
Are you good at
I'm
that
buzzing
point?
at that point. I can't wait to get in there.
Yeah. Nice.
It's not like I'm like, oh God, I've got to get in cage, and I'm like, let's go, mate. Let's go. Let's get in there. I'm banging my gloves together.
Yeah.
I've maybe got to think about staying calm in terms of excitement, because I love having a scrap. I don't want to I want to have a scrap. I've got to stop myself having a scrap. Do you know what I mean? Like, stay technical, stay on the outside, feint, think about your defences. That's a bit where I've got to not just don't just have a tear up with him, because it's fun. Do you know what I mean? Because you got to think about your longevity, your career, and not losing another eyebrow. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got this little thing here.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. For my mum more.
Was
you know what I mean?
that an elbow?
If I get more scars on my face, I'll end up with more scars off my mum for getting scars on my face. You know what I mean? Gets upset about that. So, yeah.
Was that a cheeky elbow? That
yeah,
one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I thought.
My third pro fight, fought in somewhere in where were it now? Preston. I fought in Preston, just like in a little nightclub on a show called UKFC. Fought an Irish guy called Dare Torman. I just come out a bit lackadaisical. Thought I was just gonna batter him, and he was better than I thought he was. Split me with an elbow in first round. And I come back to the corner. I remember being sat there and I was like, how bad is it? And my coach Princey, my coach, he was like, nah, it's not that bad. And I was like, nah, it's fucked. It's fucked.
It's gaping.
Yeah. So I could see it. Do you know what I mean? I could see my eyebrow hanging down.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's fucked. I'm like, I'm gonna have to finish him here. Like, I'm gonna have to stop him. So then I stopped him in second round.
Did you?
Not second round, yeah. Dropped him with a body kick, and then finished him off with a choke. But
nice.
Yeah. But like they're the fights I live for, though. That's what I love.
That sounds like something off an old school like film.
Yeah,
walking into a little Preston nightclub or something. Sorry, I just want to touch on something there, Louis. That you mentioned in the build-up, meditation or prayer, whatever you want to call it. I'm in my older age, coming up to now. Not older, wiser.
That's it.
That one.
Leaning into the more, let's say, spiritual faith. Is that something that's part of your world at all?
Yeah. Like, I've always been interested in spirituality and stuff. Just through my mum, to be honest. My mum's like very into the mind and like spirituality and different traditions and stuff. But more recently, I have come back to Jesus, to be honest. Like,
nice.
I've started going to church again, because I feel like everything I've learned from every other sort of like the New Age things and the occult and stuff, I was interested in that. It's always brought me back. It's like it's all Jesus, really. So I'm by no means an excellent Christian at this point. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But I've been sort of going to church for like over a year now.
Nice.
And I'm trying to learn more about that. And the more I get into that, the more I think it's right. I think me and a few of the other fighters are going to go to an Orthodox church this weekend to see what it's like. Because the more I sort of read, I think Orthodox is like the true church, the closest thing to what Jesus was teaching with his apostles. So I'm going to gonna do that this weekend. Yeah,
I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm edging towards that.
Yeah.
I'm really open to it. My mum's always like you. My mum's always like introduced spiritual things, even stuff like karma.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
We had a poster on the side of his bed with like the man who thinks he can. You know, there's like these little mental signals, like spiritual stuff, and I've started looking into. Sorry to interrupt you there, guys. We've got a massive announcement, Dan. We've managed to partner with Pure Sport, which is one of the most exciting brands at the minute in the UK, my friend.
That's it, built to last, in it for the long run, as the hashtag says. All the similar sorts of messages behind the ethos of the brand, and it really fits in alignment with us. We know that they're athlete tested.
Even Lucy Bronze is using their products. She's a friend of the show.
The magnesium and the ashwagandha and all those other products that are related to recovery are super useful for me right now. I'm really feeling the benefit. The electrolytes is definitely the best I've tasted.
They're the best I've tasted as well, without sounding biased, my friend. But yeah, it just lines up with everything that we preach, mate. No shortcuts, just solid daily habits that actually make you feel better.
If you want to try these guys, use the Immerse 10 for 10% off at the checkout.
Now back to the episode. Sorry for interrupting you there. Crack on.
Let's go.
Faith as well, mate. So
Yeah. Nice.
well, interesting.
Nice.
Has all changed for you since leaning back into that a bit more?
Yeah, just trusting things are gonna go what they're supposed to go. Like,
Yeah.
like instead of worrying about everything that could go wrong, it's like, well, God's got a plan, so you just keep doing what you're doing, and you're in the right place.
Nice.
You don't need to worry because His plan is perfect. So just go along with it. You might not understand what's happening, but you've got to trust.
That's a big message.
That's a very big message. And what I think we can all sense it. There's something pretty tangible. More people are talking about it again.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's a scary time in the world. There's a lot of mad things happening, and I think all the mad things that are happening seem to be against Christ.
Yeah.
So in that way, it's proving to me that Christ is the way. Do you know what I mean? There's so much evil that's against it. Like we've seen all the things that come out in the Epstein files recently. You know what I mean? Won't get too much into that. I'm sure you have lost your heads reading everything on that as well. It's
try
mental.
not to. Yeah.
Don't even entertain it, mate. I don't even. No.
I wish
try
I
not
wanted
to get pulled
because
by it.
obviously, it's like fighters and conspiracy theories. Everyone's all fighters like reading about stuff, and it were interesting before. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's Epstein stuff, and all. Yeah, everyone's a satanic evil ruler, and you think you're like. It was fun before, and then all this stuff's come out, and you go, all right, well, what? So it's real? Like, not fun anymore. Don't want to know anymore now. But like in that same thing, it's made me come back to Jesus. Do you know what I mean? Like, learning all this stuff that goes on in the world, you don't really want to know about.
No.
But if it can make your faith stronger,
I think that's why. I think honestly, mate, there's so much noise, external shit from media and lots of evil stuff going on, and it's just like, actually, what do I believe in? Because I can't believe in these guys. What the fuck?
No.
There's got to be something bigger than this shit.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, because you got it does do your head in. It does. You like once you like didn't really want to know that. I wish I hadn't have read that.
Yeah.
But there's got to be something opposite.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever lent into it, Dan?
I'm getting there slowly. I'm more curious. I wouldn't say I'm at your pace at the minute. I'm certainly not where you're at. I went to midnight mass at Christmas time, and I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed it. It made me realise what Christmas were about again. Yeah, because you lose that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when it's all about stretching yourself financially, and it's like, hang on a minute, what are we doing here? Like, what we're doing here to his kids and things like that, you know. And it's ultimately, it made me realise that it's just about family, and then also, you know, it's the birth of Jesus Christ. That is what it's about. Simple as that. But people completely forget it. I don't think kids now even know that necessarily.
It's mad how it's like it's become so the opposite. It's all about like greed and gluttony and do you know what I mean? Who's got the best presents and
Yeah.
teaching kids all this.
And how much
crap.
can you drink?
Yeah. How much can you drink? How much can you eat?
Yeah.
Kids like, I got better presents than you, and it's just so the opposite of
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah, that's it.
I think I want to stay on this a bit because there'll be people listening who are like really against religion and faith and stuff, but at the core of it, it's a set of like values to live by, innit?
Yeah.
Like, and it's, if you do truly look into it, most of the people that are into faith and religion seem like a really decent, just good people. And a lot of people, things get lost in that. You have your fucking radical groups and etc. But yeah, I mean, like a message to someone who's kind of on the fence, maybe, who's like wanting to lean in. Or
For me, like that was the same thing. You look at what has happened with religious institutions, but it's not about religion. Because religious institutions will always get, or any institution of anything will always get corrupted over time.
Yeah.
That's just history. You learn anything about history, empires, they always become corrupted and fall at some point. But it don't mean the message is wrong. And the original teachings.
yes,
So it's got to become a personal thing rather than
External.
rather than external. And it's not about just going to church and doing all these things and acting like a Christian. And I'm acting like, it's like about having a personal relationship with God, like through prayer. That's until you've got that, you just living by rules. Do you know what I mean? And it's not just about the rules of how you should live your life. It's about having that connection.
Yeah, and it's internal, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
inside of you, innit? And nothing can touch that then, can it? You know what I mean?
Well, everything comes down to choices,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
And it's funny because people wouldn't necessarily associate hard men like yourself and soft things like faith, and but from what we've spoke to, like I've studied like Hicks and Gracie, you know, the greatest BJJ of all time, and he had a very close relationship with God and faith and spirituality. I just look, it's just such a contradiction, innit? You know, like
I can
mad,
see
innit?
how it can look like that from the outside, but
Yeah.
it's not to me, because fighting's like a representation of life. Do you know what I mean? In the same way as like you're facing these challenges every minute of every day, and you're facing temptation, and it's having trust in what you're doing and staying on that path.
Yeah.
In the same way, like you could, for example, you're in a fight, you're taking a beat, and you think, I could tap out here and have easy way out, and it'll be all right. It won't hurt anymore. Or I think in the same way, I'm winning here, I'm battering him. Shall I just jump on him and try to finish him? Like, no, you've got to take your time. And the same things are prevalent in your faith.
Yeah.
And in life, where sometimes you got to take a step back and slow down. Or there might be an easy route, but it's wrong to go that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It all translates to real
yeah.
life, doesn't it? Yeah, man. Love that.
Calm in the chaos.
That's it.
Has that been probably your biggest teaching throughout the whole MMA journey?
Yeah, that's
Because it's very chaotic. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
but that's where I thrive. In chaos. In any part, I like being in chaos. Well, I need to learn to be all right when nothing's going on. Do you know what I mean? When it's boring, that's when I struggle. I like it when everything's mental. But yeah, definitely. Be calm in the
I
chaos.
used to be a Carl Froch fan, me, because he always used to just send it.
Yeah,
Whenever he had a fight, he just put himself on the line. And I just really admired how he went about it. And I remember he was fighting Mikhail Kessler, for the second time. And he were winning on the scorecards. There were about 5 rounds in. He were boxing really well. And he's gone back to his corner, and his coach were like, "You're doing awesome. Like, you're ahead on the scorecards, blah, blah, blah." And he responded, "Yeah, but there's no happening though, is there?" And then he just decided to get up and start tearing it up.
Yeah.
And he ended up winning the fight, but he was just willing to actually go to the sword.
Yeah.
And I do like that about fighters. That's what you're there to do at the end of the day, aren't you? So damage limitation, obviously, but I like it because when you talk about it, it lights you up. I can see that. You're excited by it.
Yeah.
I bet you're itching to get back out
Oh,
there.
I can't
aren't you?
wait. Like this, You know what it is as well? I've never felt this vulnerable in my life, mate, because I've got, like, my knees, I can't do anything. Like, if someone stuck it on me right now, other than throwing a 1-2, I can't do anything.
Straight.
Yeah, I can throw straight 1-2, and if that didn't kill him or he took me down, I'm knackered. I've never felt like this before because I've always been hard. Do you know what I mean? In my own head, I've always been here to fight.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, can we just get back where I can fight again? Because I don't like this. I feel like a civilian.
Yeah.
I'll warn you, mate. I've been training for jiu-jitsu 3 months now.
Yeah.
So I could quite easily do
Probably
it.
could, mate. You probably could.
Joking. But yeah. No, do you know what? I can heavily relate to kind of even the personal stuff that I've taken from only training jiu-jitsu for 3 or 4 months now. It's like I guess you don't know any different, but it's like an internal confidence thing.
Yeah.
You know, just walking around daily sort of life.
Yeah, I do get it with the jiu-jitsu thing because I always thought I could fight, and then I went to an MMA gym and someone took me down and I couldn't do anything, and I was like, what? I'm like, I thought I were hard. And I'm like, and if anyone can just take me down and hold me there and choke me.
Yeah.
I can remember my first sparring session at AVT because I didn't ever actually go to any grappling sessions first. I just thought I'll just turn up to MMA sparring. I'm like, I'll be all right. Like just disregarding grappling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went and I remember I was sparring with a guy called Christoph, who was one of the pros there. Still see him odd time now. He's got a caffeine beast, and now he was an MMA fighter and then went to pro boxing, and now he's got a caffeine beast.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Polish guy. I can't think what his caffeine's called now. I should shout him out. But I was sparring him. This is like my first memory, and I was like, obviously I'm young and I'm pretty small, so fast. So I'm like lighting this big Polish guy up and thinking, yeah, I'm battering him here. And he just took me down, got me in an headed arm choke, and ragged it on, like proper ragged it on and squeezed me. And I got up and I was like I couldn't lift my head up. I was like, I think he broke my neck. I was like, what the fuck? And like I never felt anything like it. And I was like, what? So I could just be levering someone who can just take me down and squeeze my head, and that's it. It's over. And then I was like, nah, I need to learn this, because I only started going to an MMA gym just to mix up my training, because I still wanted to do Thai boxing at that point.
Right, yeah.
I thought it's like different training partners, and it makes you maybe make me a bit stronger grappling. And I got choked out once, and I was like, nah, I need to learn this now. I need to be best at this. So I'm like, it was mental, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's crazy because like I'm just imagining, because I'm obviously learning the ground stuff, but then I'm thinking, fucking hell, if striking's available as well. Like, it's a completely different game, innit?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So the journey for you has just been great, hasn't it? Because you've like awesome striker. Now you've got the groundwork, and then it's like,
Are you southpaw?
Fight both stances.
I've
But I am
noticed,
orthodox. I am right-handed.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because I've seen you start fights in southpaw. as well.
Yeah.
So like, okay, and then you just constantly, that would do my head in, by the way. If
that's
you
the
were in
idea.
front of me,
That's the idea.
you're constantly analysing every movement, and it's like, is he gonna leg kick me with that side? Is he gonna front kick me? Is he gonna throw his left hand? It's like constant computing. I don't think anyone who's not done combat, I don't think they appreciate how difficult that stuff is and how tiring it is to constantly compute what that other person's doing. Like there's never a still moment, always on the move.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it's highly confusing. I actually thought you were a southpaw. So there
I've had fights where I've been pretty much southpaw the whole fight and stuff. But
and is that your plan, to not have a plan? To sort of get in there. Obviously, you might have done a bit of homework on your opponent, but then to get in there and think, you know what, I'm leaning into this. Yeah.
I'll watch. I won't watch much, to be honest, because when I watch who I'm fighting too much, I'll make them into something a bit bigger than they are sometimes. I make them like, oh, he does this well, I need to do this. He's probably not as good as I think, as I'm putting him out to be, so I try to let my coach do most of that. Like, I'll let my coach watch him and he'll say, because he's Carl Prince, my coach, he's very good at like MMA maths, like working out the gaps. He does this, maybe after he throws his punch, he drops his hand here, or when he goes backwards, then he always goes left after, and we'll work out which way does he like to move.
Yeah.
What does he throw the most? Like just statistics really. The same idea as what's changed football. Do Do you know what I mean? Like where statistics have become so important in the game, and it's probably made it a bit more boring.
Yeah.
But everything's almost computerized, where Princey looks at fighting in the same way. What the guy's going to do, what's his reaction, how does he defend this shot, and then once we've worked that out, I just build a game plan, and like there's certain techniques I'll use around that, or I'll move a certain way, or I'll try get him moving one way. Like some people, a lot of people start good at moving right, for example. So if you watch the guy and he can't throw when he's moving right, all right, I'm just going to make him move right in this fight. And then they're already a step behind. Then it's like things like that.
Yeah,
but I'll try keep it simple.
Manipulating, constantly manipulating.
It's self-aware though to know the fact that you can't watch it too, specifically. Otherwise, you'll start to build them up as something that they're not, might not be.
Yeah, like what I think best. I'll watch him. The fight gets matched. I'll watch him once. Then I'll watch him at middle at camp, and then I'll watch him once, like on fight week, maybe just to remind me.
Yeah.
But the focus has always got to be on me.
Yeah.
Where.
Yeah.
Because if I'm too focused on him, then I'm not thinking about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then you're a step behind already.
Damn
then.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I watched a fight with. It might have been a more recent one, but there were you were a specialist in BJJ actually, and you stopped it within, I think it was 21 seconds at first round, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. The one on PFL, yeah.
Yeah, mate, yeah. How recent was that one?
I think that was 2022.
Right, yeah, a few years back.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, how was he going to approach this? Because I knew you had the good stand-up, and then he would just probably going to get you to the ground, but he didn't even give him a chance. Bang!
Yeah.
Head kick.
It always starts on the feet. You've got to go there.
Yeah, true.
You've got to go there. I noticed that you recently struggled to get the weigh-in right.
Yeah, first time ever, mate. Most important.
What were the script there?
So I'd come in a little bit heavier than I normally would on a fight week because I just wanted. I've always felt I'm not now, but because I started the sport young, I was quite small for a bantamweight because I didn't cut weight as an amateur or anything because it was like I'll grow into the weight. And I'd sort of always had in my head, I'm like, I need to put size on, I need to be bigger to be a bantamweight. So I'll come in, the heaviest I'd ever come in, and everything was running pretty smoothly until I started the weight cut. And then we started the weight cut, tried something a bit different where normally I would just do passive weight cutting, so sauna, hot bath, I'd sat still sweating in a hot room basically, it was some sort. I'd been recommended to start with active, so like put a sweatsuit on, get on bike, get your heart rate up a bit so you're sweating and then get in the sauna or the bath. So your weight should come off a bit faster then. The first cycle we did of it worked really well. I got on the bike, got my heart rate up a little bit, started sweating and then got in like a sauna tent. And it worked. Like I was sweating, I lost like a decent little bit of weight. And then I stayed in the sauna for like 40 minutes.
Oh, and a winner.
Yeah.
Shit.
Got out of that, and then coach was like, right, have a rest, have like a little nap, and then we'll go again in a few hours. And then because the week before, my coach had been with Lerone Murphy. He was fighting on a card in Chicago, so he'd fought on the Saturday. I was fighting on the following Tuesday in Vegas. So he just got the flight over that day, so he like hadn't slept since the Saturday. Do you know what I mean? Like he'd stayed up with Lerone and then he struggled to sleep and then he had to get straight on a flight and he couldn't sleep on the flight. And then he had to stay up with me, cutting weight on the Monday. Do you know what I mean? So he fell asleep and I thought, I'll let him sleep. I'll start the weight cut on my own. Like, stupid idea, but do you know what I mean? I thought, I'll let him have a rest. Yeah. So I wasn't supposed to go back. I didn't realise I wasn't supposed to go back on the bike.
Ah, right, okay.
But I thought, so I put the sweatsuit on, got on the bike, started going again. I thought, I'm not sweating here. My heart rate was going up, but I wasn't sweating. But there was no point where I was supposed to go fast. But I thought, I've just put my foot down a little bit. I'll get a sweat going here. So I put my foot down up bike. I like sprinted a bit, and my heart rate's like going skyrocketed, and I wasn't sweating at all. Of like sent my body into like panic mode. Do you know what I mean? Like you get to a certain point when you're dehydrated, if your heart rate gets too high, your body's just going to hold into everything, and that's what happened.
Right.
So I've done that and made myself.
How far off
ill.
the fight are you?
Out of this. This is the. So the night before the weigh-in, is the weigh-in's the day before the fight.
That's fucking.
One little
That's
detail.
tight, that, innit?
Yeah. So
That's how precise it is, isn't it?
That's it. So then, like, basically, my body's gone into shock. I've gone red hot, and I couldn't cool myself down. I've like started being sick. I'm like, because I've gone into a panic. Really, do you know what I mean? I'm like panicking. I'm like, I'm like, made myself sick. I'm like retching, but there's like nothing really coming up. And then once your head's gone there, you're in like survival mode. I'm like trying to get in the bath. I'm like, I can't get in. It's too hot. My head's gone, and yeah, it was rough, mate. So then by the time my body had like come back to normal, I didn't have long enough to cut the weight. We got it back down, I cooled down. I had like a bit of a sleep. I'd gone to weigh-in, and I was like 2 or 2.5 pounds over at first. So first attempt at making weight, and then coach is like, right, just get in the sauna. You've got an hour to make weight. Just get in the sauna and just stay in it. So I've stayed in like, you know, sauna tents where your head pops out for an hour.
Yeah.
Minging, absolutely minging. But I stayed in it for an hour, just like crunching on bits of ice and spitting it out. I managed to stay in for an hour, and I got out and I missed weight by like, less. It was like half a pound or just under half a pound. So it's like 0.2 of a kilo.
They're not great physical conditions to then go have a scrap, are they? Really?
No.
It's backwards, isn't it, really? But
and as well, I'm like, I'm pissed off. I'm like, because in my head, it was like, it's my fault. I haven't made weight. I should have come in lighter and whatever. But and I'm thinking, I'm not going to get the contract because I didn't make weight. It just adds more pressure. Do you know what I mean? But still got the contract, so I've done
Got
all
the
right.
job done.
Got the job done. I won't be coming at the fight week that heavy again. I know you just got to, because like I say, you think, the bigger I am, the better I'm going to perform, but it doesn't always work like that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you have to suffer more in the weight cut, and then that's affecting the performance.
And it always sounds good when you're 4 weeks out from the fight and you're like, yeah, I'll just keep eating a bit more. Do you know what I mean? It's good then, but not when you have to do an extra hour in a sauna. So I won't be doing that again.
Is your plan? Obviously, it's going to become more difficult to cut weight as you age as a fighter. Is the plan to go through the weight divisions as well?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm big enough to be a featherweight, to be honest.
You know,
I think I'm like a good size for a bantamweight, so I think I'll stay at bantamweight. But we'll see. I might have a late growth spurt. You know what I mean?
I'm still hoping for that as well, mate. 33.
You never know. Have faith and all that.
Have faith, mate. Yeah, God's plan. What were I going to say? So did you get? I'm just interested in this. You know, the Contender series with Dana White. What were it like being over there in that sort? Because you're only like as lads from, you know, West Yorkshire. It's a different world, isn't it? Yeah. What were it like over there?
It's mad. It's mad America.
Yeah.
Like I'd never been to America before that as well.
First time.
Yeah, first time in America.
Yeah.
No one understood anything I was saying. I had to stop saying "A up" because no one knows what "A up" means. You're right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I had to speak proper English.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yeah. It was just surreal, and like, because like I say, my coach went with me when I first went out. I just went out with my training partner, Dan Holt, like young lad. He's only, I think he's like 22, 23. So it was just me and him. We were staying in Palms for the first week. We're there, like the Palm, like in a Airbnb sort of thing, like you rent an apartment. So it was me and him in an apartment, and I'm stressing because I've got the biggest fight of my life, and he's just trying to be sound, you know what I mean? And I'm just like being like anxious, like, I've got this fight, and being a knob, really, just being a knob, to be honest. And then I didn't realise how horrible I were to be around until I'd had the fight, and after the fight, I'm like, sorry, Dan. I'm like, I've been a knobhead this week, and I've been like, because I was just worried about making the weight.
Yeah.
Shouting at him, oh, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Because what happened on the fight week as well, he's holding pads for me in the gym because he was like sort of helping me with my like last bits of working out. And we'd gone to this gym, Extreme Couture, where like Sean Strickland trains and like a couple of good UFC guys. They were letting us do my workouts there, so we borrowed some pads, and the type of like you seen like them long focus mitts, like they're like Thai pads, but they're normally soft. Basically, they're a soft pad and you can kick them, and they're not going to hurt your foot. But these ones, I think it will look like they sort of like got wet and then dried, and leather had gone rock hard. But Dan hadn't realised, he just padded me. I threw a teep, like a push kick, and he padded down on it, and it just snapped my big toe back.
Oh, fuck. Fight week?
Yeah, fight week. Snapped my big toe back. I've like jumped on the floor, like, like that didn't feel good, that. And I've got up to try shadow box, and I'd like I've been shot in my foot. Do you know what I mean? I'm like dragging my leg, and I'm like. So my head went, I'm like, oh, you dickhead. I'm like, why did you do that? And he's like, I didn't know, did I? You know what I mean? They were just pads, and it was just one of them things that happens.
Yeah.
But then that's sort of, my head were going a bit then. I'm like, I've got one foot. I'm like, the plan was to kick him with my right leg. And I've just knackered my right leg, basically. So that's on your mind. Like, there were just loads of little things going wrong. But it didn't matter because I got the job done. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you've got to do. That's what you got to learn. Like, it's never going to be perfect.
With your hands.
Yeah.
Adapt.
Yeah. You just got to do something different. It's never going to be perfect. You never go into a fight 100%.
Yeah. No.
Like, you've always got some sort of little niggle going into it.
Yeah. I love the Mike Tyson quote. You know which one I mean? Everyone has a plan.
Yeah. Till they get punched in the mouth. Yeah.
True, innit?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I've done that. So like limping about around Vegas all fight week, thinking, I thought my toes gonna be all right. And even in the warm up, I could feel it.
Right.
I'm warming up for the fight, and my foot's hurting already. It's like it's just in the back of your mind, and you're like, oh, I'm not what. Like, and obviously one of my main weapons is my right low kick. So I didn't throw it in the first round. Because if I throw a low kick in the first round and he, you know what I mean, like checks it with his knee and it hits my toe, I'm like, I can't have that straight away. But so I had to like build up my confidence with it a bit first. And then once I got into the second round, you're not even thinking about that anymore. And it was sweet then.
Yeah.
But yeah, that were pretty mad.
Well, I can't wait to see the journey unfold from here, mate. It's obviously been a hell of a ride up to now, but you're just getting started, aren't you?
That's it.
Right
Just
at
the
the
beginning.
start, bro. Right at the start.
Anyone who's listening or watching, please follow the journey. I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes, and I'm rooting for you, mate.
Yeah, nice one.
I'm going to call it here. Louis Lee Scott, UFC champion.
Let's go.
Let's go, bro.
Let's have it.
Come on, lad. Let's go.
No, thanks for your time, mate. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, nice one, boy.
Yeah,
Decent. I enjoyed that myself.
Cool.
Nice
Good stuff.
Cheers, boys.
There we go.
Buzzing.
Nice one. Yes.
Cheers, lad. Get him on.
Cheers, brother. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Stop.